Welcome back, everybody, to another video. Today, I'm going to be kind of mixing two of my more popular things in together. This is Timberwatch Elves with Page Loose Leaf in it. So this deck is trying to maximize having 5 mana on turn 3. That's kind of the goal of it. That's kind of what we're trying to do here. But I also am worried about running out of steam, which is why I'm putting in the pages. Um, so instead of having things like additional Spinewoods in the main or uh, Entourage of Trest, things like that, that are just more 5 drops, I'm moving more towards just kind of continuing the flow of cards and keeping the velocity up. Because a big thing that Timberwatch does is it's a must answer on turn 2 or 3 whenever you can play it. Because it screws up kind of the rest of the game for them, and then also has like the combo finishy stuff of the um with the Quarian Ranger and the untapping and just flooding the board with elves. So this is more of a streamlined try to get to um a more consistent reload that you get out of elves. So instead of being more low to the ground, this is going to be kind of streamlining, screaming to the finish line by just throwing a bunch of Nyxborn Hydras and Generous Sense and big things into play and having them figure it out. To help with this, the sideboard is going to be 4 Rooftop, 4 Spinewood, 4 Emergence, 3 Fairy Macabre. So Page's only hits are going to be emergences in the matchups we want them, and then the draw spells that we can use. And then we've got, big things to deal with big things, additional flyers. We need additional flyers, yada, yada, yada. So this is pretty streamlined. It's still kind of the same ethos that you get with elves where you play, a turn 1 mana dork and go from there. So I'm going to be trying to look for going 1-3-5 with the ramp and try to, hit turn 3 Avenging Hunters, turn 3 big Hydras or Ents or whatever, or just kind of going from there. So losing the insane end game of like going crazy wide and hitting a Timberwatch and going nuts from there, or not having that kind of fallback of protection that you can kind of get with Timberwatch and playing this, cat and mouse game where they've got a lightning bolt, but you've got an active Timberwatch and they can't really kill anything. So this is going to be much more just like I'm going to play out my hand, go, play out my hand, go, play out my hand, go. And so I don't know if this is better than just putting in the other big threats, the Entourage of Trest or the additional Spinewoods or whatever in the main. I'm not sure, but someone in the comments of that last video had this as a thought of just like, why don't you do this? Which I think could be good. It also is just like a mana dork, so being able to, have additional turn 2 plays that are mana dorks that can be used to kind of scream through the deck is really good. The rest of it is pretty much just the standard build of elves at this point. So typically these are just kind of literally 4 Timberwatch, and you go from there. This is pretty much the solved elves shell. I am playing one more dork than a lot of other lists are playing. I think I'm playing, yeah. Oh, no, I'm just playing 8. Okay, I'm playing 8. I think that's kind of where the community has landed on it. 9 seems to be a little bit overkill for some reason, so that is really where we're at. This is just another take on Timberwatchless elves with, more of the standardized elf list instead of trying to shove other 5 drops in. Taking out a 3 drop to add more 5 drops could be kind of not not the smartest play when your, mana dorks are as fragile as elves are. We're not playing the Gruul Ramp like one Arbor Elf with a land with a bunch of enchantments on it. So that's kind of what it is. And I'm gonna see how this goes. So I will see everyone for round 1. All right, on the play round 1. I have finally figured out my settings, which is good. And here we go. Of course, have to mulligan. Ooh, playing against another Stefan out in the wild. Obviously mulligan. Let me just fix this stuff. No lands is what it is. Sure. And I might bottom the lead because I think I'm going to turn 1 Forest Elf, turn 2 Cycle Generosent, play Page, discard Page. So instead of having the Priest, I'm banking on a... Oh, this is an insane hand. All right, keep... So Priest versus second Page. Because, yeah, I think I'm going to bottom Priest, actually. I'm shuffling all this away. I'm shuffling all this away. I'm just gonna get rid of Lead the Stampede. This is all disappearing into the shuffle with the Ent. All right, there's that. Let's see what kind of list they're on. Okay, this could be the Naya Gates deck. That's did really well over the weekend. That's perfect. I get to just do this. Go grab a land here. If this is the Naya Gates deck, I'm probably actually going to play Priest this turn instead. Yes, they have Lightning Bolts. Yes, they have removal. But, you know, it's not... Yeah, it's a little funkier. Just getting that. Okay, Journey Nowhere is fine. That's, you know, that's what that's for. All right. Oh, so lucky. All right, page... discard page, hit Lead the Stampede, cycle the other Ent. And this is kind of what I was talking about, too. I have not played a land this turn. I'm just going to get the Gingerbread Cabin, because I can't play it anyway. So we're going to have turn 4 Avenging Hunter, which is not the best thing in the world, but it's pretty good. And we've got backup Lead the Stampede, so this is kind of exactly what we're looking for. That would have been yeah, okay, we would have had Avenging Hunter with Go Get a Land with all this other stuff, so had to play a little off kilter from them. This could also just be, yeah, some other lists, but Shattered Acolyte, Pursue the Past. Okay. They choose Shattered Acolyte. Okay. Sure. They're gonna be really bummed out by this. Here's this. Cool. Go get a land. We've got more of these things coming. I didn't sort out my things. All right. They've got a Banked Prismatic Strands. We've got double Lead the Stampede to keep screaming through the deck. I have nothing else I can do with it. If I find one of my 4X Masked Vandals, we're good. If they spend the Shattered Acolyte to kill a page, I will probably just laugh at it and move on with my life. But yeah, this is the kind of deck that definitely playing an initiative game with them is going to be a little tough, but it's also not, you know, it's not the end of the world. They did get to bin a Prismatic Strands and then pick up a white creature to tap with it, so it's pretty nice for them, but it's not the end of the world. Obviously, if they have like Lava Axe, a discard, Sneaky Snacker. We've got some things to work through, but I would rather them have to play weird. This is 4 flashback. Okay, yeah, they can flash this back. Sure. Snacker. Please, this freaking card. This is so annoying. Yeah. And then there's the Acolyte. All right. So we're not actually... Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, sure. Very, very annoying. Let's go Lost Well. This game is going to be long. Top. Draw. Sagu. 2, 3, lead. Cool. Perfect. Okay. That's the nuts. All right. So Ranger, untap, pick up Gingerbread Cabin, replay Cabin, trigger food tokens, Masked Vandal, blow up the 1 on this page, get the initiative back, immediately go into stash, and then we've got a flyer that we can play. We can crack a food. We're just chilling. Actually, I am gonna do this now. I'm gonna do the other one. Perfect. The nuts. All right, cool. Complete reload. No additional page, but we are in a great spot. They can take it with the Snacker, and they've got Prismatic Strands, but we have the second Hunter, kind of negating this whole point. We can get back our Priest, yada, yada, yada. We're in a great spot. Cool. Yes, they get to take the initiative for one turn, but then we get to have catacombs and have a black creature. Yep, no blocks. Sure. How many basics? This deck probably plays like 2 or 3 basics. Also, I have to play that white creature first. Turn off auto yields. Sure. Are you just gonna bolt the ranger? No. Christopher. Yeah, Christopher is annoying, but this is what the Nyxmore Hydras are for. It makes white, so they're gonna play the Acolyte? Sure. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this deck is... Oh. Okay. Sure. I don't think that was the right play, but also... You live your life how you want to live it. All right. Well, first off, here's this. I just get this back again. Now we go in the catacombs. Sure. And then play a bunch of large threats, including a flyer. 1, 2, 3, untap here. Here's this. Always yield. Okay, so I can play a 0/1 Hydra as a blocker to deal with that. I've got things to deal with this. We just need a... Do I care? I guess, no, I don't really care about um, the other thing. I'm going to play a Sagu that can eat this. And just play this. And we're chilling. Okay. Yeah. I can, if they throw the Basilisk Gate on the Snacker, I trade there, trade this. We've got another Hunter. We're going in the Throne of the Dead 3. Yeah. They can't, they have the Acolyte so they can get the Strands back. We have the other Hunter. They've, the Journey to Nowhere on the Hunter just hitting the Mass Vandals and just getting a bunch of initiative triggers for free is pretty cool, but, yeah. So, it's pretty cool, I guess. Sure. More snackers. Yeah, more snackers. Always more snackers. All right. We're further along in our deck than this deck, which is always fun. We definitely put them in a bind. Okay, double Basilisk Gate's not great, but they also have no trample creatures. And if they spend their entire turn double gassing this up, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can't kill them. This is where the Timberwatch stuff is really tough, is like not having that many things like that do that is not great. Yeah, okay. There goes a Sagu. Cool. Sure. Okay, so they have... Yep. Here's this. World's largest Genercent. No. I think I take... Okay, I could take Avenging Hunter and just go double-double. Or I could take Priest. Priest goes crazy. I'm going to take Priest. It might be inadvisable, but having this banked Avenging Hunter or just doing that and just zoop. Cool. 2 Untap here. Like, they have so much to work through. All right, we're going to play this. And then I'm just going to play a medium-sized hunter, or Hydra. Sure. And then I'm going to play this smaller one. Done. Another Ranger. And pass turn. Because, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14, 21. Hydra X equals 21. They have to have like a 3-bin charm for it. They could suit these two up, but yeah, I mean, we have to get work through the prismatic strands. This is going to be the hardest thing we have to do right now, more than anything, but yeah, the gates are a problem, but they're actually not the end of the world, because also they just go to Forge, just like whatever. Sure. Sure. That's the whole plan. Yeah. All right. Block. That's what we're here for. And then we just played the world's largest Nyxborn Hydra onto the skeleton. We draw another one. That'd be great. And we have Active Priest that's also a 4/4. It's not the worst thing in the world. Draw Hydra. Nope, but free Mystic is always good. Okay, they have 2 colorless and they can get back Prismatic Strands. So suppose for how much? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, this doesn't have Defender, right? 14. Yeah, hilarious. That doesn't have Defender. Right? No, yeah. Hilarious. Colorless creature in the main. What's your plan here? All right. Go nuts. Oh, man. Shout out. Four, five, six, 7. Sure. Yeah, I don't think there's a way out for them. That's not enough. I guess, okay, they crack these two. Nope, still not enough. Five minus 28 is, you have to actually put the cat into it to gain the 1 life. Hilarious. Okay. Yeah. Yep. 22. Go to 1? Yeah. Sure. All right. They can take back the initiative once. They're at 1. And I have a colorless creature. I can untap this and eat one of their snackers. If they have a Thraben Charm, that'll get them out of it, but I'm also at 24. And bring back Cat. Okay, now they have Charm. How many Hydras have I gone through? Okay, right, this thing. I knew about this. Okay. They're at 1. Sure, okay. Two cards left. Are you gonna blow up Page or the Hydra? It's all bad for you, is the trick. So they have to get rid of one of these to do it. They didn't suit this up. Sure. So they take it. Okay. Yeah, I don't actually think there's any place for me left. I feel like you should loss well. I've gone through 2 Hydras. I've got 2 Hydras left. I'll lead the Stampede. Forge. Okay. Seems odd. I guess a big lifelink creature. Sure. Okay. So we attack with these 3. They block here, prevent all the combat damage. So I can't take the initiative right now. I can. I just play this. Yeah, let's do that. Forge. Take this back. Because, yeah, the lifelink thing is going to get out of hand. Because, yeah, they can start doing this. So they actually might be able to dig out of this, which is crazy. But that's part of life. 6 Generosent. I can force their hand. And they bring back Cat. Yeah, I think we have to force their hand with the other Hydra. Here's this. You either strands right now. You strands, and then you... Okay, cool. They just didn't want to figure it out. Cool. All right. Um, as much as okay, so we want these for sure. We want macabres for their like pursues and shit. I guess we want them to clip snackers. And I actually do think Vending Hunter is bad in this matchup. But it's hard to say because also like the rest of their stuff is really good. Mass Vandal literally only hits Journey. Oh, they have melded Moxite. That might be worth just keeping that in. Being all in on Priest. God, this deck that deck has so many moving freaking parts is the problem. Okay. Do I want Macabres at all? Maybe I'll cut 2 Priest and a Mass Vandal. Maybe it's 2 Mass Vandal and a Priest. Keep that threat density up. Having snackers that you can pursue and the prismatic strands and all this other stuff, it's just they have so much of that kind of things going on. Ugh. So close. Cool. Sure. Do this. They're also on 6. Keep bottom one of the Quarian Rangers. No plays. Gate on 1. I'm assuming it's going to be red. Green. Okay. So they have a red gate. Elf? Nope, just the 3rd Winding Way. Sure. Do I have 5 hits left in my deck per page? The worst thing in the world. Having them play a tap land and hitting Winding Way. Yeah. Okay. Winding Way for Fairy Macabre. What, really? I want to hit a Macabre or this, and probably gonna dump an elf because at this point we're gonna be doing that stuff. All right, so they're gonna get to discard and do Rumble. Okay, Rumble hit 2 snackers. God effing damn it! I'm assuming they're gonna keep Manorgate. Is my guess Manorgate or Cat? Manorgate. Okay, sure. Untap land, Melded Moxite, get back both the sneaky snackers. Yep. What a cool card. What a really fun and well-balanced effect to have in your Naya deck is you've got 5 color control with double snacker. Fucking card, man. So stupid. Yeah. Do you have a 3rd snacker too? Max punish? Okay, at least you don't have the 3rd snacker, but now we are. Shadow Realm. Okay, so first things first, I guess let's attack. Untap itself. Here's this. Llanowar. Priest. Go. I'm gonna get like Breath Weaponed or something, or Electricaried and be completely out of this game. But also they got to draw 2 cards and put 4 power in play for 2 mana. So that's a cool. Yep. Here's this. Sure. If they're just going aggro plan, we can kind of get out of this. Alright, none of this is Basilisk Gate. Cool. Okay. Not flashing back the Sacred Cat is odd. What do you have for 1 green? So we've got 4, 5 mana this turn. I'm gonna play Page, Vinhorn, 2nd Quarian, attack for 1, and go from there. Got to go a little combo-y with them because they've got so much stuff. Sorry if I'm blowing out the audio team. trying to talk in a normal tone, but who the hell knows how loud I am. Yep, it's fine. Sure. 3 turns to figure this out. Okay. That's what the pages are for. That's what the perchers are for. Now you show up. Okay. They just cut the clock into 2 turns. Okay. So here's what we do. We can cycle this, get the gingerbread cabin, and then we're negating one of these a turn, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. As much as I would love to not get gingerbread cabin, I think it's the correct play to bank a food. And then we cast Winding Way. And then we discard page. What do we put to the bottom? Nothing particularly good. And then pick this up. 5. Here's a Hydra. I think I'm just going to cast this one as is, and we'll figure out the Guardian next turn. Obviously, if they have Basilisk Gate right now, we're screwed, but that's part of the deal. They can spend 3 mana to make a 2/2, also later date. We've got the food engine running. And we can, in an emergency, block the Guardian for a turn. If they don't get back the cat and I get to eat a snacker for free, I am going to Fairy Macabre that. They didn't see a Macabre. Okay. Sure. Okay, they have to take gate. So they have a gate now. Gate is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Sure. Sorcery. Okay, they suit this up. Sure. Sure. No response. 7. Okay. Combat. Okay, they're just hitting me for 7. Sure. Strands. Cat. Clip those. Taking beats from this boy is what it is. Yep. So you have to leech page up next turn to block the Guardian. 2 mana left. Pursue the past, dump the 3rd snacker. So yeah, this really is the thing. Yeah, second pursue the past, dump a 3rd snacker. Oh, snacker beget snacker. Sure. Okay. Sure. 3 lead. This is perfect. Do this as a 1/2 to deal with the snackers. This can go in front of that, and then we can just play these next turn and eat a food in the interim. Gonna stay alive. God damn it. Just dead. Okay. Yeah, whatever. Alright. I mean, I guess I could have eaten 2 of the foods, but whatever. I'm not getting through that. Okay. Yeah, they had to have a bunch of snackers to do that stuff. I think I like the configuration as it is. They had to have the first Malevolent Rumble hit double snacker. Otherwise, we would have had our Gingerbread Cabin engine online before that really took it over. So we definitely were not out of the woods, but we also weren't as dead and fragile as it seemed. Sure. Perfectly reasonable all mana hand. They do so much out of the graveyard. We have so many big draws. This is the turn, the 5 mana turn 3. And we're on the play. So that helps. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Yeah. All right, go to 5. You can go to 5. Yeah, also Guardian early snackers, prismatic strands. This is like not a deck you want to mess around with the initiative with. I think they could probably play it in their own right if they really wanted to. So that's kind of the funny bit. Is that, yeah, okay. Really have to, okay. Green, white land, sure. That works. Sure. Cool. They're going to be pissed about that. Generosent or something to cycle, that'd be cool. Rooftop Percher. Eat that. Second Priest, go. All right. We're completely set up, and we got to clip a Prismatic Strands with our colorless creature. Shout out. They also probably think that's my only graveyard removal at this point. Sure. Sure. Okay. So I don't even have to worry about this now. Love that. Something big. Nope. All right. Yeah, let's just attack with everybody. 13. Turn our cardboard sideways. Sure. Interesting. I am going to put one of these under the bus. Cool. That works. I know I could discard this for value, but I'm just going to do this in case they get a Journey to Nowhere going. I want to be able to kind of get ahead of that one. And this is the backside of the Sneaky Snackers, is they have Naya mana, and they're dying to a 3/3 colorless threat they don't super have an answer to. And yes, they can suit this up and we can go back and forth for a while, but eventually they are at 10. They're not gaining life. They're definitely in a bind, and they seem to know it with based on how their play is. They were really fast last game. Sure. Okay. They suit up and attack. I just get to... I can't even suit up this turn. Cool. They don't have 3 mana to spend on that. Clip these two. Just deal with that shit. Ranger is good. Now you have to suit up the gate to get through it. All working out. I've dealt with 3 prismatic strands by turn 6. They spend their time doing this. That's okay. They go to 11. Okay. That doesn't do anything. It's just like a white creature. You have the 4th prismatic strand somehow. Sure. Cool. Okay, so they so annoying. um because that is them dead on board. I mean, I guess I have them pop it, right? What a cool little trinket creature. All right. Still a reach trample blocker. Sure. Okay. Um, hmm. So if they suit this up, they gain some life. I don't know. This is kind of a 2/2 lifelink. What a creature. Am I right? Sure. Yeah, their whole deck is life gain. Interesting. Jesus Christ. 14 is a lot. This is a cool match, at least. Sure. I think I throw an elf under the bus. I have double active priest. I don't particularly care. Sure. Might as well clip one of these just so I don't have to deal with the robot. Yeah. Getting tempoed out by a 2/2 lifelinker that could also just blow up my freaking thing. It's kind of annoying. But, I mean, this deck won the Pauper Showcase. It's just Naya good cards. Sure. Okay. I don't really care about that. I don't care about Life Chunk. Okay, sure. Oh, tap out. Be a dummy. Oh my god. All right. Hydra off the top for the win. Shouldn't have tapped out. Completely pointless. Completely pointless Sacred Cat loss. GG's. Rooftop Percher. For the Naya Gates. We literally worked through 3 of their prismatic strands and they're before turn 6. Cool. All right. See you run for round 2. All right. Back for round 2 on the play again. This hand, terrible. Doesn't do anything. This hand, great. Keep. I want bottom Hydra. I know Hydra's a completely broken and polarizing card. It just won me last round, but I think I'm gonna rather have access to Ent in case things go wrong and I need 3 mana. All right, Rakdos it is. Sure. I think I'm just gonna do that. Sure. Getting the gingerbread cabin online is gonna be really important. Let me just write down the matchup. Rakdos. Plot highway robbery. Oh, grab. Sure. Yep. There's more of this thing. How many snacker decks can we face today? Ooh. Free little discard. Bank a draw spell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Feels pretty good. So yeah, this is the your go. Turn 3, 5, 7 reach. Your go. Got 2 draw spells banked up. They've got Dark Withering in the main. They can deal with this. Sure. Sure. Cool. Creature. Discard page. So good. Combat. Start chipping away. Yep. Pick this up and replay the land. Vigilance 5/7 reach. Pretty impressive card. They can burn me out, obviously, but it's going to be a little bit harder for them. Alms the Vein, sure. Yep. Sure. All right. The next Generous Ent is the Food Cabin Engine. 1, 2, 3, 4. I already played a land. Yeah. Okay, so then we're just going to clip one of these blood tokens so they don't have it. Yeah. And this OP likes page. I can just attack here. 3 cards left. End of turn. Just gonna play a Sagu Wildling next turn. Sure. Sure. All of this is pretty good, but it's not the end of the world. They have 2 mana left, 3 cards in hand. Sure. Sure. All right, so we're gonna eat the Kitchen Imp. Surprise. Here's this. Eat that. More unreliable. Bring back. 4, 5. Sagu. Attack with everybody. Untap. Generous Ent. 2 cards left. I'm at 10. What you got, homie? You're not getting in with chip damage. It needs to be. I think in flashback looting seems to be what they're doing. Sure. And then from there, not out of the woods. Okay, flashback looting and dunk functionally nothing is great. Because now, also, if they do a discard spell... I mean, obviously, if they've cast in the fire for my ranger, that's not great. Sure. Okay, 8. Have another one of these. Everything that doesn't die to snacker. 8, 9. Yep, sure. They have nothing in the graveyard. Turn 3 Generous Scent, everyone. I'm at 11. Sure. Snackers come back, they're tapped. Sacking a land. Okay. Those come back tapped. I'm at 11. Sure. 10. Sure. 9. They dead on board. I mean, Hydra, they're super dead on board. Hydra. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they're not dead on board. All right, let's try to get a Hydra going. Right, another Sagu doesn't super help, actually. Can I even play it? No. Yep. It's definitely closer than I would like it to be. And I guess I'll do a Masked Vandal on one of the blood tokens just to get some value off of this. If they're not, if they don't use it, sure. Cool. Sure. At any point, the Generosent would have helped. Bolt. No. Okay. 3 cards left. If it's 3 bolts, I'm just dead. But it can't be Gal Blast, which is really funny. Sure. Fire Blast. It's just 3 bolts. All right. Sure, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, you got me. All right. I don't think I could have gotten out of that one. I mean, I was drawing very live. I just don't think that I yeah. Okay. That's fine. I mean, I had 2 of the dead cards. All right, so these come in. These definitely come in. I probably want Spinewoods. Priests I don't super need. Priest, stop. Priests out. Hunters out. Really? You mean annoying like this? Okay. All right. I mean, clipping their like whatever is okay, but I think I'd rather just be big green control. Like clipping a blood token is good, but it's not the end all be all. That game would have been completely different if we'd had the gingerbread cabin engine online. I think I can't keep this. it's too fragile, this is great. This works. Bottom, second one of these. Not really the thing we're looking for, but it's fine. Yeah. Okay. Epicures, whatever. Perfect. Not going to attack with that. We're just leading up into this mid game. I think I'll take one. Whatever, homie. Yep. Sure. Actually, no, I think I'll play it. If they have Cast in the Fire and they just cook me, whatever. But I think getting Gingerbread Cabin online and then Spinewood and then whatever is good. I'll take another one. Obviously, Cast in the Fire here is more annoying than it is good. But, you know, what are you going to do? Always yield. Sure. Plot this. Next turn we get to play that plus play Gingerbread Cabin and eat a food. Or Winding Way. Pigeon Imp. Yep. Sure. Rakdos doing Rakdos things. Everything in their deck's a 2-for-1. Sure. Whatever. I think I am going to Winding Way. Let's just see what we find. Play that. And just parade of gigantic creatures next turn. Turn off auto yields. Sure. Could just be dead. Yeah, they need to deal 10 damage to me with 5 cards in hand. The hell are you casting for 3 mana? They know about the Macabre now. Yeah, that's fine. Four cards. They don't actually have 2 mountains for whatever, which is pretty funny. That helps. Just gonna cast this. It's gonna get bolted, but that's fine. The hell is this? Okay, hardcast Fiery Temper, sure. I still gain the life. All right, 3 cards left. I'm at whatever, a low amount, and we could just play another Spine next turn. Hardcast Fiery Temper is not the most efficient thing they could do, but, you know. Sure. 10. Okay. You know what? I'll take 3. I have 6 on board. I'm just going to get into life right now. 13. 2 cards left. I will trade this for the Epicure. Sure. Winding Way. Creature. And bleeding is stopped. Sure. Bleeding's back on. 1 card left. Sure. Nothing coming out of the graveyard. In their upkeep, in case they have another Extract the Confession, let's eat those. Because, yeah, that's requires that. I'll sack this. Yep, cool. Big green creatures. Whee! Cool. All right. Fend it off. The 1 kitchen imp dealing all 20. I don't think my plan changes. I think that's good. Yeah, I don't think my plan changes. That was also such a medium hand. We just kind of ground them into the dust. Which is pretty cool. Feels good. All right, on the draw. Oh, Jesus. I don't think I can keep this. I can't keep that. Way better. Okay. Rooftops later problem. Go. Sure. Perfect. Get to buy a turn. Deal until next end step. That's awesome. Didn't even float mana. Amazing. Amazing. Exactly like we drew it up. Land. Page. Going right to this engine here. Sure. Sure. Stop from the turn 3 plotting Spinewoods. The nuts. And gingerbread. Plot Spinewood. I'm at 18 on turn 8. Hardcast Kitchen Imp. Art, sure. I think that's plotting that is better. And then next turn we can query and plot another one, play that one. Cast this. Always yield. Quirion. Untap here, pick this up. Go. All right. They're hitting every land drop, but they have no haste enablers, or they have no madness enablers going. Like, they don't have any of the blood fountains or whatever. Sure, hardcast Fiery Temper. Yeah. Turn off auto yields. Okay. Pick this up. Sure. Two cards left. Elf. Go. I'm at 21. 3 foods banked. They have to kill it. They have to have a second one of these. Okay. Annoying. Not the end of the world. We get to play a Sagu next turn. Sure. Oh my god. I actually think Rooftop is better right now because it blanks those two. And then I think I cycle this. I know I'm losing the equity on it, but I think banking the 5th mana permanently when they're at 2 cards in hand is pretty good because then it's just we're in this zone. Sure. Nice. 5. Okay. 4. Plot this. Lead. Right back in it. Refound the Sagu anyway. Chill. We are not the aggressor here. They have 1 card left. 2 cards left. I'm at 19. Sure. Nice. Sure. I can F6. I don't have anything to do. A lot of lands. Sagu. Probably should start pushing and make them lose trade one of these now, but I think we're okay. Sure. Oh, just going upstairs? Cool, that's fine. What are you gonna do? Trade the kitchen imps for... No, just chump. Okay. Chump or trade off with the... Okay, they're just not doing anything. That's fine. 2, 3. Lead. Played a land this turn? I did. Yeah, they completely flooded out. Sure. Mountain Epicure, 1 card left. Oh my god. Insane flood. That's crazy. One, two. All right. Well, I mean, first, okay, they scooped. Big green things. Every single 5-drop in my entire deck gained life. Crazy. All right. See everyone for round 3. All right. On the draw. Lots of die roll. You think Blaze 66 has a is a red deck? Okay, cool. This is a perfectly functional stable hand. We've got 2 lands. What are you on? Swamp. Okay. I wonder if this is like a Rakdos Affinity deck, or just Grixis with a weird start. But in any case, I'm playing a turn 1 elf. I don't know what Nachu luck means. Alright, double priest, pretty good. We get to cycle Sagu, get our second land, play priest, and kind of be off to the races. Okay, this is Jund. Who else plays Jund? Okay. I don't know what the hell this is then. Maybe it's like Pestilence? Sagu worse than Generous Hunt here, but we are going to have 5 mana on turn 3. Exactly like we drew it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. What are you? Okay, they're Jund. Sure. Snuff Out Priest is great. I get to clip this land now. Nice. Clip this land. I think still development for them is more important. Okay. Second Priest. They also now are off red mana for another turn, which is kind of all I'm looking for. I mean, Jund plays a lot of mountains, but the Twisted Landscape coming in tapped is definitely a hindrance for them. Sure. This. Turn off auto yields. Yeah, okay. So they can go get their stuff, but they're definitely behind. And now we kind of get to go Buck Wild, Winding Way. All right, Winding Way, take me to the Promised Land, team. It's not really it. That's a lot of Hydras, but, you know, I guess we'll just smack them in the face a bunch. I'm gonna Snuff Out for my Mass Vandal. They're just getting their mana set up. Okay. Sure. 5/7 reach. All right. Put the squeeze on them. Obviously, KCS is annoying here. Chrysalis is just kind of a thing. Makeshift is annoying as all heck. That's what the whole thing is about. Yeah. Just start killing things. Okay. Sure. Sure. Losing the damage race, but I appreciate the hustle. Mass Vandal off the top. No, but not the worst thing I've ever seen. Dead next turn. Chrysalis is annoying, but once again, like I said, not the end of the world. Sure. Land, 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 land. Nice. All right. 1, 4, 5. 7 plus 3, 10. Okay, they're still dead. Cool. And they know about the third Hydra? No, they don't. Okay. Ranger's free. Yeah, brother, I got more Hydras. Should have killed it. All right. Triple Hydra. Really dumb. I also have a dumb Modern Horizons 2 card. Is yours dumber than mine? Mine's pretty dumb. All right. Jund. Jund, Jund, Jund. Priest is unreliable against the KCS deck. Page is really good. Page hitting monstrous is not the worst thing in the world. Additional flyers? Question mark, question mark. The thing is, like, this is a really good Avenging Hunter matchup. Maybe I just do that. Maybe I just bring in the additional rooftops, have the flyers to get around the KCS, play an initiative game, less susceptible to makeshift munitions and KCS stuff, and decide from there. Triple Hydra. Cool. All right. And yeah, that one turn they attacked for 2 was like so not worth it at all. All right, they get to be on the play. This is a perfectly reasonable hand. It's usually bridge go. Perfect. Let's get the Finhorn in. We've got 3 mana to get to this stuff going. Sure. Wildfire your bridge. Limbus. Okay. Bottom off Limbus. Sagu. Bank a land. Play this. Attack for 1. Yeah, that's not great. Sure. All right. This is why we Sagu'd last turn. Winding Way, creature, obviously. Cool. There's that. Still doing okay. Obviously, they're going to have infinite red mana for the rest of the game. Sure. He's going to snuff out the elf right now. No. Okay. I was like, seems crazy to do, but it is what it is. Sure. I think at this point, I dump one of the pages. I think that's just like a thing. Sure. Now I dump Finhorn. Cool. 2/3 Hydra. Stop the bleeding a little bit. Mystic. They missed a land drop. Mass Vandal goes insane here. And we're just kind of moving and grooving, team. Sure. That hits their land drop for the turn. If they draw a second one, that's the problem. But other than that, do you draw another land? They have 5 spells in hand. Come on, Mass Vandal. Come on, Mass Vandal. Yeah. Okay. So I have 2 things here. I can Roost Seek, hit a land drop, play Lead the Stampede, see what comes of it. Or I can just play the Sagu. I think I'd rather Rooseek and see what comes of it. There we go. A parade of masked vandals. After they missed oh so many land drops. Take them up, keep them off 4. Pass. We are not the aggressive deck right now. Shit, that was my concern. Because here comes the Chrysalis, yeah. Yep, okay. Chrysalis a problem. It's not the end of the world. It's definitely not the end of the world now. I still think just keeping them off this colored mana, because now they're out of red sources. I'll cycle one of these. Get the gingerbread cabin. And pass. This also makes cleansing Wildfire a bad draw. Sure. What did you eat? What did they eat? Oh, I guess they did the Eldrazi spawn. Okay. Sure. Sure. They've got cast downs and stuff, so I'm not super settled with the Generison as the only play. I think I will play this. If they're that worried that they're using Troublemaker Oof on that, that's kind of where we need to get going. They are definitely drawing out of it. So our early advantage is definitely behind us. That's not great. Sure. I'm not playing Avenging Hunter into this board anyway. Sure. All 4 refurbish in your top 19. Modern Horizons 2, everyone. Sure. All right. Of course. All right. Now we're screwed. Yeah, I'll trade this for that. Don't care about that. Big draw. 5, sure, that works. KCS, refurbished. Go. All right, we've got their familiars under control again, kind of. But going 1 for 1 with a deck with this much removal is not great, especially with things like Limbus. We might be a dead on board team. All right, well, at least they bottomed it. Sure. Second Chris. Yeah, second Chris is probably going to do it. All right, well, big draws. I don't even know what the hell our big draws are. I'll put a Mass Vandal in front. Net a bunch of life on this turn. 1 card left from them. Page is at least a thing. I'm going to take a lot of damage this turn. Sure. Hardcast snuff out? Okay, no. Just casual draw 3. Make your threats bigger. Yeah, I have no place. Oy, oy. Cool. That's pretty funny that they've like so far missed on all of that, but it doesn't. Okay. Super matter. You know what? I'm gonna take 6. Whatever, man. I'm probably scooping after I draw anyway. All right, dead. That choice cleansing wildfire too is really funny because that would have just kept me alive for a long, long time. I'm not actually factually dead, but yeah, we're not getting out of this. Okay. Does this change how I want to play? Do I want emergences for some of their stuff? I want emergences instead of pages to deal with the KCS. Sure, let's try that. I don't know if that's correct. I don't know if cutting page at all is correct. I just don't like being so completely vulnerable to what they're doing. But what are you gonna do? Sure. A tight little hand. Perfect. All right. Just bank the gingerbread cabin. And attack for 1. Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh. Oh, thank God. All right. So we're going to get to have uncontested initiative this turn, which is insane. And they're probably so bummed about that. I guess, cool. Sure. That works. All right. Winding Way instead. You got me. It's not still not great for you though. All right, so we kept them off red and green mana, and we did lose our ability to do that. It's not great, but let's. Oh, there it is. There it is. Rusik Sagu. Grab a land. Attack for 2. I don't think trying to blow up the Ichor Wellspring and make them pop the bomb is good. Yeah, for that reason. Lead the Stampede. The nuts. Play this. Go. And now we've got the... They're going to get this off, which is unfortunate, but that's not really anything we could have controlled. Sure, cycling that off. All right, so they're going to have red mana this turn. Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, sure. All right. So we still get to play the initiative. We still get to blow up their thing. 5. 6. I think playing this is more important. We can cycle that end at any time. They're at 7. Even if they somehow take the initiative from us. Yep. I don't think attacking their mana has been good. Is good. We've got big Hydra next turn. If they snuff out, they die. They hardcast snuff out. I attack for 3, play the other one, and they die. KCS Toxin helps them a bit. Okay. Just gonna eat a food. Just getting a blocker in play. Okay. Weird. Forge. Mass Vandal. Sure. Sure. Like we drew it up. Hunter, trap ya. Bang, 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 bang. Cool. All right. So far, so good. See everyone for round 4. All right. Won the die roll. Round 4. Pretty good place to start. It's kind of the worst hand we've seen all day. But also it's stable. And everyone knows I'm a fiend for stability. And also there's lots of high impact draws we can get. Forest. Okay, so it's Gruul. Sure. Gruul. This is going to be a big... Sure. Page. This is actually 5 mana on turn 3. Five mana turn 3. Hunter, because they're going to have to play some of the artifact stuff, or the enchantments, and yada, yada, yada. Oh. Is this just elves? With Arbor Elf? This Sheeb Elves? What the hell is this? Malevolent Rumble. Okay, no, it is. Sure. And they're just so behind. They chose Forest. Sure. Another Arbor Elf. Alright. They didn't take either of this shit. They took a Forest and immediately used it. I can tap out for Avenging Hunter here. And then they've got... They have their own Avenging Hunter. So I think we're going to do that. Let's just do this. Because then we're just going to play big Hydras. Our hand is really not developed. We've literally drawn all lands in our 13 land deck. And then we're going to put Hydras on things and go nuts. Like, they can lose one of their Arbor Elves to try to take the initiative from me. And then I can just play a big thing again on their turn. Like, they also have 5 mana on turn 3. So we'll see what they do. If they tap all the way out for... An initiative creature. Actually, they don't have to. They can leave up the Arbor Elf. I do get to play a Hydra. But also, yeah, this is no red mana. They have none of the ramp, but also like I have no ramp. We've just been playing fair green. Okay, cool, sure. That's fine with me. They get a land. They can't play it this turn, but it does get them their mountain that they're desperately looking for. Sure. 4 mana. I get to take it back immediately. Sure. Okay, that's just like a thing. Sure. Um. Oh, I was like, why didn't I not get the cancel? Okay. So I put it on page. This becomes a 3/4. I think I do that. I think I just make this game super weird. 3/5. Okay, so they can't even kill it if they put their whole board in front of it. And then I get to forge onto my page. I was like, why did I not get an initiative trigger in the thing? Duh. Sure. Sure. Okay. Yep. Yep. Okay. Do I forge or I think I lost well, actually. Yeah. That's good. Yes, they can take it back, but we're just smashing back and forth at each other. I've got a Quarian Ranger into a Generosent. Obviously, if they play a boarding party here, that's not great. They've got 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. They could play the Cascade thing, but we're going to do what we're going to do. This is definitely a Timberwatch matchup, which is really unfortunate that I don't have it. Definitely tough. Definitely a tough beat on that one. But, you know, what are you going to do? Sure. Are they going straight to the moon, or are they going to take it the old fashioned way? Straight to the moon? Yeah, sure. All right, boarding party hit wild growth. Okay, that's like literally not the worst thing in the world. Okay. So I get that, but I do now get to have the Ranger for the Vigilance. And I can attack with this and play a large thing and then, you know, do some stuff. Sure. Okay. Ranger. Sure. Lose an elf. That's whatever. Um. Ooh. Irina. No, I'm gonna go stash. And I played a land this turn? Yes. 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna play this. All right. Weird game. Very, very weird game. I'll probably throw the page in front of the boarding party, but, you know, they can attack with everybody. Okay, if they attack with everybody, though, we trade our entire board, and I end up with Hydra, Hydra, and they have nothing. So that's actually not advantageous to them. Let's hope they mess that up and just do it instead of playing a gigantic threat of their own, which is, the worst case. Because otherwise next turn I do get to play the Generosant, but ooh, turn off auto yields. Turn off auto yields. Jesus Christ. Turn off yields. Ruh-roh. That's not great. Yeah, this is a... Okay. Oh, I'm dead. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they took Hydra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6, 12 puts me to 1. Oh, and then trap kills me. Okay, yeah, I'm done. You got me. All right, losing to Jund doesn't feel great. This is actually I'm not an initiative. I'm not the initiative person in this matchup, which is funny. So Mass Vandals are okay. That's actually out, and then Spinewood comes in. I need priests. So Mass Vandals only good if they have like the one land. Do I want emergences for their stuff? Like, not really. Ugh, this is such a... I don't care about stuff on the graveyard. This is such a key matchup for... I think I'm going to cut these two and bring in just 2 life gain creatures. This is such an insane matchup for Timberwatch because they just really... They only have, like, Breath Weapon. And not being that, like, locked in on Breath Weapon is really... They just... I don't know. It's one of those, like, I wish we could have Timberwatch for just this matchup, but the rest of the decks we've played have been really good to not have it. But this is such a breath weapon or thing matchup. Okay, I mean, this is the nuts. This is the nuts because also we get to clip their thing with the page activation. And they don't, like, play Lightning Bolt. 1, 2, yeah. 2, discard this, sure. Big mana. Also, all their elves count for it. Sure. Sure. Okay, so they're not going to give me the chance, which means I should just play Page. That's fine. Cycle, 2 mana. Yeah, we're going to do that. Cycle, get the Forest, Ranger, and then just going to pick the Forest immediately back up and play Page. It's fine. I'm not going to let them know about the second one until I need to. Obviously, if they play a development turn and blow up my things, we're in trouble. Respect the Rebecca Gaylands. There's the ones I have, the promo ones that are foil as my... Sure. Just 4 mana? Yeah. Sure. Should play like Repurposer or Rumble. Oh. Okay. Sure. That's a gambit for sure. Man. What I wouldn't give for a Timberwatch. Yep. 3 cards left for them. Cool. Priest. Nice red mana. All right. Go. They got 2 cards out of the thing, but then I get to play the world's largest Hydra next turn. Just don't melt and breath weapon me, bro. Or fiery cannonade so you don't lose your thing. That would be bad. Sure. Taps for 4 green. It's not really the problem I'm looking for. Steps for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's play 10, 10. Hydra. Sure. Rumble hits a wild growth that you can't cast. Chooses forest. Okay. Sure. 3 cards left. If they attack with this, we just get to go nuts in their face. Okay, sure. Right. They showed me that. I probably shouldn't have played the thing. All right, are you going to attack with this? It's really dumb. It's really, really dumb, homie. All right, 3 cards left. They have no red mana. And I get to play the world's largest Hydra. Let's get greedy. Insane. Hydra. I'm going to do another, because 9 is fine. 9 is plenty. Shoot off a second one of these things. Insane. It's a bunch more draw spells, which I actually don't have anymore. And chunks of 10. Sure. Discard. Let's get them all out of the way now. Cool. Cool. All right. So I'm going to take a crunch of damage this turn, but then I get to go completely nuts in their face again. Still no red mana. 2, 5, 8. Okay, so they can play whatever it's called, the Altasaur. Sure. A Hydra of their own is just like a little troublesome, but it's not actually the worst thing in the world. This feels like Altasaur. Oh, it's a Hydra? Oh. That's not good, homie. Yeah. I still eat that in combat. Okay, sure. That's why. Okay. You're letting me be the monarch. It's fine. Let's start doing crazy stuff. It's a lot of priests. I'll just play this. Okay, so this will trade off with with only one of their creatures. Okay. Sure. So in that case, I should play another lead. And that's what I'm looking for. Priest. Here's this. Go. Yeah, great page game. All right, I get to play the world's biggest Nyxborn Hydra next turn, and I have stuff to stump their stuff for a while. Yeah, okay. Cool. All right. Sick. Now we have to be on the draw. That's fine. I think the plan still works. Okay. If they're gonna have monarch creatures that we can just like kill with anything in our freaking deck, do I want these instead of pages? Page was so good there. Actually, no. I don't care about their creatures. I'm not involved in killing them. We're doing this, and then with the Pachyderm, those are coming out. And yeah, Gruul. Gruul doing Gruul things. All right. Them introducing the Monarch and then immediately losing it to the Hydra is so every time I play the freaking initiative or the Monarch, like no matter what, I used to play Is It Fairies, but I had to stop and switch to Demir because something about seeing the color red made me really love to aggro tap out for a Monarch creature, and then I would just die. Like every single time I would just die. And I was like, why am I doing this? Why am I this is a great hand. Why am I like throwing away my ability to play the freaking game. Okay, cool. They've got red mana locked up this game. Let's just draw Genercent right off the tippity top and just have them locked up. Ent. No, I'll take the best other draw in my entire deck of having a million mana on turn 3. All right, they've got their red. They have 3 mana on turn 2. Sure. Rumble reveals a Breath Weapon to the graveyard. Ugh, what I wouldn't give for a land destruction spell. Chooses boarding party. Okay, so they're leading up to boarding party, so they probably have a... Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not actually boarding party next turn. Here's this. I'll do my own roosting. I think I'm going to pass. I could put a Hydra in play as a blocker, but they just locked up their red mana, so I don't actually think I want to do that. I haven't seen a land destruction spell. This is more Gruul Ramp than Ponza. Sure. Okay. Sure. I don't give a shit about that. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. It's like they didn't actually get the Genercent. No, but, you know, it's a thing. Just turn 3. I'm just going to play Priest. Boarding Party's annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Breath Weapon is. Breath Weapon is punishing for me. Because, yeah, here comes Boarding Party if they want to play that. And then we'll take 10, and then we'll put a bunch of crap in play. That's not great. Okay. Yep, that's not good. Sure. Okay, so I cycle and play page. Yeah. All right. Cycle Ent. Get. My computer is running so slow right now. Gingerbread Cabin. Gingerbread Cabin. Always yield. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's still not boarding party mana. Pass. And Hydra. Yep, take a chunk here. That's fine. Oh, crap. That's bad. 2 cards left. Boarding party is one of them. Cool. So this adds 3, becoming a 4/6. I gotta stem the bleeding a little bit. But I think we might be dead. I could have played Page, cycle Page, kept a thing, but yeah, this is what I was worried about. Because here's the boarding party. Cascade, what are you going to hit? Rumbles, also bad. Deglamour's out. chooses Hydra. Yeah. Yeah, we're a dead team. That one breath weapon they had is gonna save them. Hydra 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Minus 2 is 5, 11. Play this. No. No. Yeah, just dead to the beats. That they had one breath weapon turn, and then we were gonna win other than that. And I have all my emergencies in the sideboard, so I can't even page for those. All right, trophy's dead to Gruul. Damn. This is such a Timberwatch matchup that really not having that gear of it is definitely tough. But yeah, I mean, we just kind of flooded out, didn't hit any life gain creatures, and that's that. So, all right, trophy's dead. See everyone for round 5. All right, on the draw, 5th and final round. Positive record locked. Let's try to get a 4-1. This is turn 3, 5 mana. This is exactly what we're looking for. So if it's a matchup where Avenging Hunter's good and not... Ooh, Island. Ponder. This is a terror deck. They're going to be bummed to see elves. If it's Dimir, they're not going to be bummed. But, okay. Definitely a bad deck to have my Mass Vandal in. They did not shuffle off their Ponder. All right, they're just going to leave up 2. Sure. Here's Page. Just going to counterspell anything. I'm not walking my Priest into a counterspell. My entire game plan is built around just playing big things on that turn, so... Sure. Pretty good. But yeah, all right. It's Mono U. And they've got Counterspell. Mono U. All right, so they've got Counterspell up. It's definitely a problem. I'd love to sneak through. I mean, I guess I'll just frickin' play an Avenging Hunter. Yep. Got to get through the Counterspells. Still had 5 mana on turn 3, but they didn't do any cantripping. They're still far away from doing that. They're holding up a bunch of Counterspells. They missed land drop. I did not. Probably should have kept that, but honestly, Gingerbread Cabin is really effective. Priest. How many counterspells you got? Sure. Attack for 1. They can play a terror next turn. Tap out for a single. Oh, bottom, I guess, sure. Okay, they're gonna be really mad about this. That's funny. All right, here's this. And we've got Hydras. Second from the top would have been really funny with the page, but I mean, I guess would have shuffled it away anyway. But 3 mana Demon Inferior is not really what you want to be seeing. Sure, Actual Factual Delver. There's a terror. Okay. Forge onto this. Just cast a Hydra. Sure. All right. So even if they flip Delver, we've got that covered. And we can just start raining. Okay, raining Hydras down on them. There's their 3rd counterspell. Sure, second from the top is fine. Sure. I get to take it back immediately. They get their land. Do you have another terror? Sure. All right. Page. Discard page. Winding Way. Creature. Discard page. I'm just going to play this as a random chump blocker. And then I want to trade this for one of their things. Yes, because I've got... Yep, that's fine. Yep. They have Counterspell, but I've got enough stuff in the way. Hopefully. But also, yeah. They have quickly realized that they're the aggro deck here, and we didn't get the one priest that we had to get countered. And then, yeah, just kind of drawing one card a turn. They had to have two bounce spells and 3 counter spells. All right, I mean, I'll put this in front of the... That's what this is for. Cool. 5/4. All right, what do you got? Sure. Old counterspell. Ay, ay. Here's this. Cool. Priest. I'm assuming this is getting countered. I don't know why it wouldn't. Yeah. Okay. Dead on board. Not dead yet, Jim. Block, discard page, take 5, 10, and 10 total. I'm at 2. Yep. Do you have the 4th counter spell? Obviously, if they bounce my stuff, that's not that's the problem. But yeah, this is why we don't play Avenging Hunters, why we play the other things, whatever they're called. The Spinewoods. Sure, didn't shuffle. Sure. They're digging for some tap effect. Sure. Oh my god. How many cantrips can you cast in a single turn? Fantastic Car is on, by the way. All right, chump chump. Yep. Okay. Discard page. We go to 2. Ranger's really good here. Always yield. Hydra. Hmm. I think this is our best way through it. I should have done this first. Obviously, if Delver flips, we're just dead. Delver didn't flip. It was a land, probably. Yeah. Sure. Draw step. Obviously, any removal spell works here, sure. I mean, I guess technically not any removal spell. Demon Inferior. I've been so dead for so long, homie. Oh, okay. That doesn't actually do anything. Sure. Have to lose the Quirion. Part of doing business. And they've got one activation of that next turn. Can I put enough shit in play? Hold on. Hydra X equals 1. Priest. Findhorn. Whole board. No. All right, we're just dead. Yeah. I don't need. They're getting the Throne of the Dead 3. We're super dead. All right. They had to have one of their nuttier draws. But also those immediately come out. So that's not really the I had two of the worst 4 cards in my entire deck as my plan. Which is a good plan against literally everyone else. There's that in out. Do I want rooftops at all? No. It's just like a thing that can trade with Delver. They have 12 threats. They'll have Murmuring Mystics and stuff in, but I don't think clipping the like Sleep of the Dead or the deep analysis is really worth diluting our plan of just like kill you. So I think that that's probably as good as we should play it. Question mark? I don't know. This is another fantastic Timberwatch matchup if we can ever get it going, but funny to play 3 like medium Timberwatch matchups and then end with 2 banger ones that we couldn't actually convert on. 1, 2. This hand is so medium, but also it's like turn 2. It's fine. I don't know. If we draw an Emergence, we're good. If we draw anything else, we're good. But we've got the most stable mana. If they have a Gut Shot, they've got a Gut Shot, but they're on 6. I could definitely have high rolled a different hand, but I think that keeping a completely functional medium hand is better than trying to get to a banger 6 that could also be a no-lander. Sure. Priest. Quarian. You Force Spike. You do have Force Spike. Interesting. I still get to play turn 2. Okay. Sure. That's fine. 3, 4, 5. Okay. Nope. Sure. Priest was an insane draw that ate their Gut Shot. Sure. Okay. Yeah, if you're just gonna mulligan to 6 and have double Gut Shot, then I don't really know what I'm supposed to do. Sure. All right. Well, they got me. They got me good. Just countering anything? Sure. And I'm going to cycle this in their end step. They are on Terror mana right now. Just get this Gingerbread Cabin. I mean, they've stuck my development, but that's like, once again, this is one of the better Terror hands. This is how this deck ever beats elves. Here's a Hydra. 4 or 5 Hydra is not the best thing in the world, but it's something. Just countering anything. Yeah, okay, so double counterspell, double gut shot in their 6-card hand. What the hell am I supposed to do? And then they would have got 2 terrors too. Just really rub it in. Okay, no. Brainstorm is at least, you know, fine, but this is their 6th spell, so then they've got 1 mana terrors for the rest of my life. 2 cards left. Terror. Oh, honestly, second from the top. Sure. 0 cards left. Here's this. Eat this. Should put it on the bottom. Brainstorm, no shuffle, so I'm assuming they've got... Sure. Did you hit a terror? Nope. Okay. My thing beats your thing eventually. If they somehow have hit their 3rd counterspell, whatever, they are losing the race. Sure. Nice. One card left still. Tap out for Lorien revealed. Genercent. Cool. Demon Fear, I'll probably put it second from the top and just play another one. 1 card left still. Sure, Lorien revealed. 1 card left. Oh, you really... Oh, okay, sure, that's fine. We can figure that out. Choose creature you control. That was insane. They're back to losing the race. We get to play another Ent next turn. Sure. 1 card left. Or 2 mana left. Okay. Sure. God damn it. Okay. That's fine. Quirion Ranger off the top. Please, deck. Oh my god. Let me have this. They did not shuffle. Insane. Yes. Alright, they're dead on board. Back-to-back Monstrous Emergence. Sure. Don't have Mystic into Cantrip. Don't have Mystic into Cantrip. Oh, you're just Sleep of the Deading this one? Sure. Alright, Ranger off the top. Please, deck. I ask so little. I ask so little of you. Come on, Ranger. Come on, Ranger. Sure. Come on, Ranger. Ranger! Ugh. Fine. We're not dead on board. They can... Oh, they can double sleep me. So I am dead on board, right? Yeah. Cost 3. Alright. GG's. Yeah. Bummer to 3-2 after starting 3-0. Definitely struggle. I mean, we had so many draws in that game. They had to have double counterspell, double gut shot in game 2, which is like, you know, part of their deck, but all in all, I think this is a good construction. I think it actually, Page does lend itself to kind of taking over that Timberwatch combo-y slot of just refilling your things. Obviously, in the late game, the top deck 1 Page is so freaking bad. So it's going to come down to what is a better 3-drop. But there was that one game where we had Llanowar variant Quirion Page, and that was the 6 mana on turn 3 against Rakdos, I think. So it being a mana dork is actually helpful. It being a creature, obviously, is kind of the whole point. But all in all, I think it was an okay plan. I think it's an okay sideboarding thing. Obviously, losing to Gruul and Uterra, which are both like slam dunk what are they called? Timberwatch matchups is definitely tough. That's like kind of the thing that elves usually feast on. Obviously, game one against Terror, they had 3 of their counter spells in their top like 10 cards. That's part of the game. And then same thing with game two. They had double gut shop in their 6 into double counter spell. They didn't even cantrip to find any of those. Those are just natty draws, which is what it's going to be. And we drew kind of garbage. If we'd drawn a Quirion Ranger at any point in that game, we would have been grooving with the life engine. Obviously, we also got lucky and drew 2 monstrous emergences to stay alive a few turns. That's magic. All in all, I mean that beating the Naya deck was awesome. That felt crazy. They tapped out when they didn't need to, so that was just like pilot error on their end. They had the answer to a top deck Nyxborn, they just didn't know I had one. And then the Rakdos matchup was just they flooded out so hard. I don't think I've seen a deck flood out that hard in a long time. And then Jund, we just big mono green creatures. So all in all, an okay outing. A 3-2 is not, the worst thing in the world for this idea, but I will see everyone next time.